live at the Trustmark Studios, which happen to be the Mississippi Coliseum for the 20th annual HobNob. That is Trustmark Studios and the Gallo Show. Starting a business requires putting a great team together. They do that at Trustmark. And be part of that team. You've got the power to grow. Member FDIC. Scott's with us. Scott Waller is the president, of course, and CEO of Mississippi Economic Council. Scott, good morning, sir. How are you?
Paul, how are you?
Uh-oh, I got to turn your mic on here. You've got your quarter paid in the slot machine. You got it there?
Can you hear me now?
Good deal.
Good morning.
Coliseum looks good.
Isn't it nice to be getting ready for this event again?
It really is, and I think like everything else, it almost exceeds expectations this year because people are glad to be out.
I think so, and we're very glad to. Now we've taken as many precautions as we could. We've spaced out our tables a little more than what we have done in the past. But anyone who's been to HobNob knows this is really more about the networking than anything else. And I know sometimes probably for our speakers that are on stage and they're going to hear the murmur in the background of people talking that feels like, are they really listening? And in some cases they are, and honestly in some cases they're not. But, I think it's still a very important event for getting information out to those that come. And we're really excited about today's lineup and think that it's going to be, a lot of fun. It's, a little different. This is, normally we hold these a week prior to elections, and we have candidates come and speak. But this year, with it being an off year from an election standpoint, we're taking a little bit different approach, and I'm very excited about the day.
Now, the guy from CNN who's going to be speaking, is he a guest speaker, Scott Jennings?
Yes, he's actually a political kind of consultant, analyst.
He was with the Bush administration at one point.
He was with the Bush administration at one point. He really is. He has a good feel of kind of what's happening on a national level and what that may mean for the election in 2022 as well as 2024. He's going to touch base on some of that today, and I'm really excited about getting that information out to our to our attendees. It's something that we do on occasion, particularly on off election years, to bring in somebody or bring in something that's a little different than the norm, and Scott just kind of fit that bill.
I got to tell you this, that I was to the network putting some stuff together for this morning's show, and passed by which normally is one of the lowest service station prices around, and I've never seen it that high. It's now $3.18, and that's a good price to be around, $3.18.
I noticed it the other day. It's a
$3.18. That is raw bone regular with 10% ethanol. So. $3.18, and it's hurting Americans. It's hurting businesses. There are so many things as a small businessman right now, businessman or businesswoman, that is every single day just obstacles that are terrible.
And I think it's. I think we've been spoiled because for so long we've had such a stable economy with no inflation, and we're really seeing the impact of that right now. And I think it's going to have an impact over the next few years. And you've talked about it a lot on your show because I listened in about our supply chain issues getting very difficult. We can't get stuff off ships. It's we've got some issues that are going to really have an impact on us if we don't find a way to address them.
It was amazing to hear that a lot of times the unions wouldn't put more people on or expand hours, and most of these problems we have seem to be politically involved one way or the other with stopping the solution. Unfortunately, but I think at some point I think everybody's going to have to realize we have to keep functioning. We've got as a country, from an economic standpoint, we can't stop these things, and we've got to be able to have the supplies necessary to have the things that we need to do, and I think it's really going to, cause us to have to think differently. But at some point, we've got to step up and take care of business. And you know what? The good news on that one is if you start looking, and I haven't even seen what the last numbers were, I'm sorry, what the numbers are for October, because about this time you begin to get some of the numbers on some preliminary. But the numbers in Mississippi have been unbelievable. So
we're doing well.
Doing good.
And I think the thing that has impressed me more than anything else is the fact that we're seeing companies invest capital. And I think that, once that capital's invested, I think you will see a an opportunity for growth, which would then turn into, additional job growth. One of the biggest problems I think all businesses, all industry sectors are facing right now is finding enough people to do their work, especially the service industry.
Yeah.
That's probably the hardest hit. But, we have really got to start focusing on it. And I know yesterday you were up at the community,
Yep.
and that's an example of things that we can do to take a different approach. And I think from workforce development, that has to be our number one focus. I think last time I was on with you a couple of weeks ago, I talked about our road show, and that still continues to be the one thing that we hear time and time again is how do we make sure people understand, number one, there are great opportunities out there, and how do you go about getting them?
There are going to be changes that take a long time. It's almost cultural changes, too, that have to be done. And it's what I love the idea of Forge, because they were directly involved in being proactive, which you have to do. And nobody's more proactive on this one than the MEC bringing these people together. So if people are out there and they haven't registered yet, still got a chance?
Just come on. We could take care of you when you get here.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's a little different this year. We have taken some additional precautions. Normally we have big buckets of peanuts on each of the table.
Now you got individual wrap.
We weren't able to do that, but we do have individual wrap peanuts that we're going to have available for everybody. And
Yeah.
it's going to be a fun day. It really is. I hope as many people can get out as they can.
Come on by.